that's left for me is here in this eternity of isolation. Isolation.
Alright, urgent daily update. Urgent. No, breaking news. It is literally breaking news. Why can't you turn the video around once you've already started filming? That's what I want to know. Alright, sorry about the state of the living room, guys. Let's just zoom in. Okay. Paul, do you want to tell them what's happened?
We were just about to go to the lockup, and then I was advised to check my phone.
Yeah.
And in the group chat, we found out that all of the Midlothian school staff are to sign up for their online account so they can prove that they've been working from home during the situation.
But
Quarantine.
for the bigger picture, you know, why are you all being told to sign up online for this?
The schools are going to close from Friday, apparently.
All the schools.
All the schools.
All the schools in Scotland are closed down from Friday. So there we go. That's the schools closed. The schools are closed now. I'm doing it in because Paul stole my laptop again. And my mum's really excited because she was annoyed that everybody else was off work and she was still going to work. And the schools are also closed in Wales, but we've not heard about England yet. But I'll come back and tell you when we know what's going to happen in England.
Paul's ready. I need to cancel all the events for the local newspaper.
Oh, you're cancelling all the events in the local newspaper? Oh no! Oh, Paul writes for the event section of the West Lothian Courier. So he usually has to put in all the fun things that are happening in the town, but today it's a bit more sad. Also, this tune that is playing is Splendid Isolation, the tune that we spoke about yesterday, but I didn't believe was a real song. But it turns out it is actually a real song.
Can we share it in the community news section?
Tried to make jalapeno poppers. Some of them came out really nice, and some of them are a little bit less nice. But they should be delicious. Also, they're not jalapenos because there's no jalapenos left in the shop. They're snack peppers. Was it kids' snack peppers? Okay. But they'll still be tasty. And some jalapeno chili jam to spice them up a little bit. Hi, Daphne. No, Daphne, no! Oh, ruining my fun.
You made a mockery of.
I just wanted you to wear a wig for 1 second. Oh. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't like it? Are you sure? Oh yeah, go back to bed. Good girl. Yeah, you stay there. Yeah. Hi everyone. So it's been quite a quiet day today. We've mostly been at home. Popped out to the shops to get a couple of things just for for dinner and stuff. But we kept it really brief and then came back. Obviously Paul's still at home because of his cough, but we got an update today that all the schools are closing. At first it was all the schools in Wales, and then it was all the schools in Scotland and Wales, and then eventually at the end of the day the whole of the UK, all of Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales are going to close all of the schools indefinitely. They didn't say a period of time that they were closing them for, but they're closed for the foreseeable future. What they also did say was that they were going to keep a few small nurseries open, like emergency childcare schools and nurseries, to accommodate children that are vulnerable, that they're safer at school than they are at home, essentially, and for children of health workers, so the doctors, nurses, and everybody that works for the NHS, their children need to be looked after because it's really important that they are performing their job still. So they're going to work out a way to do that. So for now, that means both my mum and Paul are going to be off for Monday. I don't know if either of them are going to be drafted in to help in the emergency childcare provision or not. We won't know, but I suspect Paul won't be because of he can't for the next 7 days anyway, but he could after that. And I'm sure he would help if he had to, absolutely. My dad's still home from work. The university is totally shut down, and that will be shut down for ages. There's been cancellations of several more major events through to the summer, so they cancelled Glastonbury, they cancelled Pride in Edinburgh. All the Pride festivals have been cancelled, which is really sad. They cancelled the Royal Highland Show. I was excited about the Royal Highland Show because I was going to enter my crochet blanket that I've shown before, but that's not happening. It's probably better though because it's got livestock come to that, and that's known to be a risk factor, hanging around livestock. Yeah, so I'm just going to give you the statistics updates for the day. They're not great. It's getting much worse than I think anybody's expecting it to go. It's I think part of the problem with what's happened is that when the virus was in China, I suspect, although I don't know if this is true or not, that China may be slightly underreported how many people had died and how bad it had been. But it is supposedly getting better there now, which is encouraging. But now that it's hit Europe, because I suspect the Chinese death toll might have been bigger than we understand. Nobody here was taking it seriously enough when it came. So Italy didn't act as soon as it could have, although they did actually act very, they did act on it more than the UK has. The UK's not done enough. They're only just starting to shut things down now. Yeah, so I think that's because of that, the death toll is been enormous in Europe when it didn't need to have been so enormous. In the UK now, the total number of cases of people who've been tested, lots of people haven't been tested. The confirmed cases are 2,626, which is 700 more than the previous day. And there are 104 deaths in the UK. Today was mostly in the news about Italy. Sorry, my throat's not doing so good right now. Italy had 475 deaths in one day, which is the worst day that they've had. It's something like it's like 15% up on the previous day. The death toll went up 15% in one day. So now nearly 3,000 people have died in Italy, and 35,000 people, I think, have it. It's sort of hard to believe the numbers. I'm just double checking before I say something that's factually incorrect. Indian, Germany, France. France has had 89 new corona deaths in 24 hours. France have also got a military lockdown under operation right now, where anyone who leaves their house is basically being stopped by a military and asked why they're outside, and if they can't get a good reason, then they're being fined, which is really intense escalation of the situation there. The first deaths were recorded in Pakistan. The Peruvian president has announced a nighttime curfew. Italy has 35,700 cases of the virus, up from 31,000 the previous day, so it went up 13%. The deaths went up 19% in one day. It's just unbelievable. The World Health Organization chief says COVID-19 is an enemy against humanity. And today the number of cases rose above 200,000. But it must be really, the actual number must be in the millions. There must be millions of people now, really, because so many people have mild symptoms. America's getting concerned because there's younger people getting seriously ill from the virus, but I think that's probably just a side effect of younger people having this sort of devil may care attitude. Like, I'm young and I'm healthy, so I'm gonna keep going out and I'm gonna keep partying and I'm gonna keep seeing my friends. And because they think if they get sick, it won't be so bad. And I think that's just meaning that more of them are getting sick because they're still going out rather than staying in. So when people are saying there's a disproportionate number of millennials with COVID-19, it's just because they're going out too much still. That's why, I mean, that's my theory. I mean, there could be another reason, I'm not sure. Iran's supreme leader to pardon 10,000 prisoners. So they're releasing prisoners from jail. Yeah, it's been a kind of a crazy day. Turkey's starting to turn flights away. Like nearly every country in the world has it now. It's in all 50 states of America. I think it's nearly spread through every country in Africa, but I don't think it has entirely yet. There's maybe a couple of countries that haven't reported any cases yet. And the countries in the Middle East have been getting sort of harassed by the World Health Organization because they need to be better in providing their data to everyone. Sorry, I just had to stop there because my storage was about to run out. I'm back now. Right, I'm just going to see what the stats for the world are today. The total coronavirus cases globally, 218,953. Deaths, 8,952. And the number of people recovered is 84,795. There's been some really unbelievably sad stories coming out recently. Older people passing away. Younger people, there was a man, the youngest man in the UK to die so far was in his 40s, and he had motor neuron disease and a young family, which is very sad. There's been pregnant women diagnosed with the disease. A woman gave birth to a baby and the baby tested positive for the virus. There's so many things I think that we don't understand about the virus that we're gonna have to learn. We don't know. One of my main questions is if you've had it, can you get it again? Is it going to be like if chickenpox? You've had the chickenpox once and you can never get it again, or is it going to be like you can get it like the cold and then you get it over and over and over again and it's always the same? I don't understand. I don't know if everyone else understands, but I'm not sure how us all staying inside indefinitely is going to help. If you can just catch it again, we're going to come out of our houses in 5 months' time and then it'll just begin all over again until we have a vaccine. Paul told me that it might take 2 years. Like the situation we're in right now, this pandemic, lockdown, everything, might last for 2 years. And that's crazy. But I think that's the worst case scenario. Yeah, anyway, so some good news with the schools being shut, and then obviously bad news worldwide with the state of things getting worse and worse every day, and they're expected to get much worse. We're at the schools shut stage, but we're not at the full lockdown stage, and I think that's an inevitability now. At some point in the future, there's going to be the military are going to become involved, and we're going to be locked inside our own homes, and that's going to be it. So we're just going to wait for that. In the meantime, I'm just counting my blessings, I'm a very lucky person. I don't want to sound, I don't want to be ignorant of my privileges, that I have somewhere to live and we don't have a mortgage to pay, and we can just stay home and be safe, and we have what we need, and neither of us are sick. But I think what I need to do in the near future is find a way that I can be of service more, because I feel like while I'm not sick, there's things I could be doing to help people. Yeah, but I hope that making this record of what's been happening is useful. That it's making me feel productive anyway. That I've been making this permanent record, because it's something that people can look back on all in one place, rather than trying to scroll through historical newspaper accounts and tracking the numbers every day. You can just look back through these videos and see what it was like, what the emotions are like. Everyone's emotions are all over the place. Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully we get some cheerier news tomorrow. It's unlikely, but I'll try and do something fun for you guys. I was thinking about doing a little short crochet tutorial, because I've been spending lots of my time doing crochet to keep my mind occupied. So yeah, I think I might do that tomorrow and post that for you guys to teach you all a craft while everyone's stuck at home. So good night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.